Welcome back to Take the Leap Management, the podcast where we explore the tools and strategies that help you lead with confidence, adapt to change, and manage uncertainty. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a fascinating topic: the propensity to take risks and how it's influenced by personal traits, culture, and external factors. Risk taking is something we all encounter in both our personal and professional lives. But here's the thing: not everyone approaches risk in the same way. Some people thrive on it, seeing risk as an opportunity to innovate and achieve big wins. Others tend to shy away, favoring stability and predictability. So, what makes someone more inclined to take risks? And why are some cultures or environments more risk averse than others? Let's break it down by exploring a few factors that shape our propensity to take risks, starting with personal traits. First, personality plays a significant role in how we approach risk. Research in psychology points to certain traits that make individuals more likely to embrace risk. For instance, people who are high in openness to experience, one of the big five personality traits, are typically more curious, imaginative, and willing to explore new ideas. These individuals often view risk as a way to discover new opportunities, learn something novel, or even disrupt the status quo. On the other hand, those who score higher in neuroticism, a trait associated with anxiety and fear, tend to be more cautious and risk averse. These individuals might see risk as a potential for loss or danger rather than opportunity. They may avoid risky decisions to prevent negative outcomes such as project failure or financial loss. And of course, these personality traits play out differently depending on the specific context. Someone who's generally open to taking risks in their personal life might be much more conservative in a high-stakes business environment. Beyond personality traits, cultural background significantly influences risk-taking behavior. In some cultures, taking risks is seen as a positive trait, a sign of boldness, leadership, and entrepreneurial spirit. For example, in countries like the United States, which tends to celebrate innovation and risk-taking, entrepreneurs who fail are often encouraged to try again. There's an understanding that failure is part of the process of eventual success. In contrast, cultures with more collectivist values, where the focus is on the group rather than the individual, might approach risk differently. In these environments, people may be more cautious because they consider how their decisions will affect not just themselves, but their family, community, or even their workplace. This can make them more risk averse. For instance, in parts of Asia, where harmony and stability are highly valued, individuals might be more reluctant to take bold risks, especially if it disrupts the collective or causes uncertainty for others. In these societies, the consequences of failure might carry a greater social cost, making risk avoidance a safer choice. Age and life stage can also play a role in one's approach to risk. Younger people, particularly those early in their careers, tend to have a higher tolerance for risk. This might be because they have fewer responsibilities. For example, they may not yet have a mortgage, a family, or other long-term financial commitments. They might also see taking risks as part of the process of growth, learning, and even career experimentation. On the flip side, people who are further along in their careers or who have more responsibilities may become more conservative in their decision-making. A senior executive with decades of experience, for example, might weigh risks differently, knowing the potential impact of a wrong decision could be far greater for the organization and for their reputation. Another major influence on risk-taking is past experiences. People who have taken risks in the past and experienced success may be more likely to take risks again. They've seen firsthand that risk can lead to reward, and this success reinforces their confidence in future risk-taking. On the other hand, individuals who have experienced failure after taking risks might be more hesitant to take chances in the future. Their experiences create a form of risk aversion, a reluctance to repeat past mistakes or face potential negative outcomes. Then there's the role of professional environment. The culture of the organization or industry you work in can greatly impact your propensity to take risks. In industries like tech or startups, risk-taking is often encouraged and seen as essential for innovation and staying competitive. Failures are seen as part of the learning process, and the stakes might feel lower because the pace of change is so fast that you can pivot quickly if things don't go according to plan. In more regulated industries like finance or healthcare, risk is often something to be avoided or mitigated. These industries are highly structured, and the consequences of failure can be severe, leading to legal repercussions or significant financial loss. This can foster a culture where risk analysis is detailed and caution is the norm. It's also important to recognize how external factors, like the economic or political environment, affect risk-taking behavior. In times of economic stability, individuals and companies might feel more comfortable taking risks, knowing that the downside can be absorbed or recovered from. In contrast, during periods of economic uncertainty or recession, people and organizations might adopt a defensive posture, taking fewer risks in order to protect their resources and safeguard against unpredictable external forces. The political climate can also influence risk appetite. In regions where there's political instability or frequent changes in government policy, organizations might be more risk-averse because of the uncertainty about the future regulatory environment. Finally, let's not forget the impact of group dynamics. People often take fewer risks when they're part of a group or team, a phenomenon known as groupthink. When working in a group, individuals may feel pressure to conform to the group's opinions, which can lead to more conservative decision-making. On the flip side, in some teams, the presence of a risk-tolerant leader can encourage others to take more bold, innovative risks than they might on their own. Leadership has a powerful influence on setting the tone for risk-taking. If leaders demonstrate that they're willing to embrace risks and support their teams when things don't go perfectly, others are more likely to follow suit. So, what does all this mean? In reality, our propensity to take risks is shaped by a complex interplay of factors: our personalities, cultural background, past experiences, the professional environments we operate in, and external circumstances. Understanding how these factors influence us and the people around us can help us become more mindful decision makers when it comes to risk. Thanks for joining me today on Take the Leap Management. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe, share it with your colleagues, and keep tuning in for more insights into leadership, decision-making, and navigating uncertainty. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep taking the leap.